Hey everybody, today I'm making a video about my new sweet ride and a little description of how I get to and from work. So this is my new car. It is a 1999 Daewoo Matiz. Spent a whole $400 on this beauty. I hope it makes it to the end of the year, but this thing's pretty sweet. But as you'll see in a minute, I don't have to really make it that far. So this is the side gate leading out one of the gates of Camp Henry, and it is a pretty quick trip to my house, as you will shortly see. Driving in Korea is definitely different. Drivers here are aggressive, they're fast, and traffic laws are generally ignored. As I learned during my trip down here to visit Trevor, stoplights are apparently optional when you're outside of the city. Now, on a lot of roads like this, you will see traffic on the side of the road. Whether it's legal, whether it's illegal, whether it's 5 minutes or not, you're going to see cars parked there. And it generally makes the road about half the size it should be. And I'll apologize at this point for all the shakiness in the camera. My car, like I said, is, let me do the math in my head, almost 20 years old, and it has a little bit of a shake to it. So like you can see here, this truck on the side of the road just stopped. And then you see other cars parked on the side of the road, and the old lady coming up just stopped. People are very aggressive here, and everyone thinks they have the right of way. Yes, that was a beer, Keith, and don't worry, I'm talking about driving. I'm not actually driving, so. You'll notice the stoplights are left and right, not up and down. And at almost every intersection, green doesn't mean you can turn left. Green is for straight only. Left, you get your own left arrow, which really slows down the traffic. So right now you can see everybody's going straight, or you can make that right-hand turn. But you've got to have the left green arrow to go. Now at this point, you can see my apartments in the distance there. See the round top? That is the set of buildings where I'm coming from. So this is really walking distance from my apartment. I've made it down to the corner of base when I was just strolling around town. So it's really not that far. So on warmer days, I could walk, I could ride my bike, I've got my bicycle, I can come down that way rather than drive the car. But you know, I've got this sweet new ride, I've got to take care of it. I've got to put some miles on it. And again, you can see people parked everywhere. There's a lot of streets, a lot of restaurants and stuff on the side of the road. People stopping to park there. There's a lot of little shops, people stopping to park there. So you've got to be very careful while you're driving, because it's kind of the wild, wild west. And there's an intersection coming up here that is pretty much guaranteed death if you're not paying attention. So I'm going to take a drink before we get there because it's kind of scary. So you see these flashing yellow lights. There are no stops. The person to the right has the right of way, but everyone is to the right of someone else. So you pretty much just stick your nose out there and hope you don't get hit. I've been at this corner several times where no one could move because everyone assumed they had the right of way and just stuck their nose into the middle of the intersection. I hate that intersection, it's terrifying. This next one is also yellow, but this is only to the right. Nobody ever comes from the left, but there's sometimes cars come from the right, and technically I would be yielding to them because they're on the right. Now on the right there, you see there is that green sign. That is actually the grocery store that is part of my apartment complex. So this is the driveway to get into my underground parking structure. Now you'll notice these girls walking towards me. Pretend like I'm not even there, because everyone just assumes they're not going to get hurt. And I don't know how more people don't die in this country. Now, I just got my vehicle registered here, so this little machine actually recognizes my license plate and lifts up the bar to let me in, which is kind of cool and kind of scary at the same time. So all of the parking for my parking structure is underground. There are 2 separate levels down below for parking, which is nice but frustrating because at certain times of the day it's wide open, at other times of the day it's not. And when I have to park a little different ways away from where I normally park, the next morning I come down and spend 10 minutes wandering around trying to remember where I parked my car. There are a lot of nice cars down here. There are Porsches, there are, I think I saw one Ferrari, there's BMWs, there are a lot of really nice cars down here. So my sweet little red ride will fit right in with them. You see that little one right there? There's a lot of small cars down here too. This is the parking structure for all, I think, 9 of the buildings. And you can see the numbers up top, and that's just the last digit. So I'm in building 107. And those numbers are just the last digit. So, yeah, so is it 7? They're only 7 yet. So this is telling you how to get to the elevator that is near your building. So you drive around until you get to that. Now you can see, you can't really see it, but there's a sign right up to the right that says 107, up in the top right corner right there. But my car shakes. So that is the sign saying that I'm at the elevator well for my building. And except there's 7 of these around the area, so you got to find a spot that's kind of near you. And you'll also notice that everybody backs in. That is just normal here in Korea. Now I'm thankful I have a small car because fitting in these parking spots is insane. They are tiny. I can't tell you how many times I pulled into a parking spot and actually had to find another spot because I couldn't get out of the car. So now I'm walking up to my building. You can see the big 107 down there at the bottom. This is the main doors to get in. To get in this door, you have to have a little access card. Just kind of flash it up to the machine, and it opens up for you and lets you into the stairwell and into the elevator well. And I've got 2 elevators that access this whole building. They service the, I believe it's 28 floors or so of my building. And that's how I get home from work. It's really not that bad. It's nice being that close so I can walk, ride my bike, or drive. And it's nice having the underground parking because it's really convenient. Generally, waiting for the elevators isn't quite this long. So I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. Until next time, happy Thanksgiving.